Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Rich here, and I'm back at it with another video. There was some news that broke about Twitter/X, whatever you want to call it, on Wednesday in prime time for me, that they are going to start charging users in the Philippines and New Zealand $1 a year to access the site, to pretty much do everything. We're going to read about that in this article, and I'm going to get my thoughts on it. Hopefully this video is up on October the 18th or Wednesday or Thursday, October the 19th. One of those 2 days you should see this video. Hit the like button if you enjoy it, do all that good stuff. Link to this article will be in the description. This is from TheVerge.com. All right, and you can see the title right here, and there's a illustration, which, yeah. All right. So if you want to join X, the service formerly known as Twitter, via its website in New Zealand and the Philippines, be prepared to fork over $1 a year for the privilege. And I ain't talking about Giannis. All right. The subscription, part of a so-called Not a Bot program, is beginning in those two countries and is designed to, quote, bolster our already significant efforts to reduce spam, manipulation of our platform, and bot activity, X said in an unsigned post on its Help Center, which I will have in a different tab in a little while. In addition, new web users in New Zealand and the Philippines will have to verify their account with a phone number, the post says. Fortune first reported that Musk was going to charge new users $1 a year shortly before X's announcement went live. Twitter's post, I'm gonna just say X. X's post doesn't explain why the new $1 subscription is only for new users joining via the web and not the mobile app, or why Not a Bot is only being rolled out in two countries. I guess would be that X has seen more bot activity from these regions than others, or more than the others, and that it's much easier to create a bunch of fake accounts via the website. New users who opt out of subscribing will only be able to take read-only actions, such as viewing posts and watching videos, according to the company. Confusingly, the Not a Bot terms and conditions indicate that people will be able to subscribe from X's iOS and Android apps, even though the main post says web only, which is crazy. This new program is in addition to X's main subscription of $8 a month, which is Twitter Blue or whatever you want to call it. That's what it was, at least. Musk has been clear from the beginning of his Twitter takeover that he thinks charging people will impede bot armies, though it's estimated that a very small percentage of users are paying. Meanwhile, he has been bragging about how time he spent on X has never been higher. It is late, so excuse my reading. I don't want to sound like Leah Michelle. I'm not illiterate, all right. Anyway, let's go to the what you call them as well. Where is that at? Terms and conditions for Not a Bot. It was somewhere else. We just pulled up the Not a Bot. Let me see real quick. Y'all seeing this? How y'all doing? Y'all doing good? Yeah. Make sure you check out that the last video we did. Here it is. The Twitter Help Center. That's what I wanted to read, not the terms and conditions. Let's read this real quick as well before we get into my thoughts on this. Hopefully y'all are enjoying. All right, I'm going to try to, sauce up my reading a little bit. As of October 17th, 2023. If you hear that, that's my foot. I keep doing that for some reason. I don't know why. As of October 17th, 2023, we started testing Not a Bot, a new subscription method for new users in two countries. This new test was developed to bolster our already, they just said that. This will evaluate a potentially powerful measure to help us combat bots and spammers on X. No, it won't. While balancing platform accessibility with the small fee amount. Within this test, existing users are not affected, sure. Here's how this new test will work for new accounts on web in New Zealand and the Philippines. Phone verification. New accounts created on X in these two countries will first be required to verify their phone number and then select a subscription plan. You have $1, the US dollar. Prices vary by country and currency, not the wrapper. See what I did? Okay. New users will be able to perform certain actions on the web version of the platform. Post content, like, post, reply, repost, and quote other accounts post, and bookmark. Basically everything. And you have this right here. And new users who opt out of subscribing will only be able to take read-only actions, such as read posts, watch videos, and follow accounts. This new program aims to defend against bots and spammers and all that crap. And you can see these are the prices in New Zealand and then the Philippines. And then there's more stuff. We'll leave this in the description too if you want to read it. So let's go back here. I guess give my thoughts on it. I will say first off, I already predicted this. I said pretty much whenever we talked about Twitter that one time, a couple months back, I said, don't be surprised if we see this at some point. Obviously, it doesn't make sense. You know, I remember because I've been on Twitter since 2017, so 6 years now. I've had different accounts though. And I remember when people used to say, how is this site free? And ironically, 6 years later, it's not free, or it's not free for people that are in New Zealand and the Philippines. That's my bad. I mean, I have nothing to say other than I'm not surprised. This is something Elon Musk would do because he just wants money. Even though he's a co-CEO. It's pretty ridiculous though. I mean, you know, I already talked about Twitter and all that, but you're basically trying to put in basketball terms, to translate it. You're trying to make I'm trying to think of a guard. Okay. You're trying to make Talen Horton-Tucker play like Stephen Curry. You just can't do it. You're not gonna make it happen, all right? And that's not slander against Talen Horton-Tucker. He's a solid NBA player, but you're trying to make Talen Horton-Tucker a guy who could take the ball up in transition and pull up from three, no hesitation. You're not gonna be seeing that from Talen Horton-Tucker. Elon Musk took over the site in April of last year, basically, and he tried, and is still trying, to make Twitter something it never was meant to be. You know, Twitter was founded in 2006. It was meant to be convenient for people that wanted to communicate with others over the internet, and it has been very convenient for my time that I've been on the platform. I've enjoyed it, had a bunch of laughs, and, you know, good moments on there, but, you know, you're trying to make it something it never was meant to be. I already said he could have created his own app. He has the money to do so. He has the technology and the workers that could help him create his own app, but he decided to take over something that was perfectly fine, manipulate that, and turn it into something that is just not even meant to be. As in regards to the charges, I mean, and also one other thing, this really isn't gonna tackle the bot problem. The bot problem has just been really bad since he took over. You know, there's so many departments with the headquarters of X or Twitter or whatever. So many people don't work there anymore, and it's just like, you know, back then they used to have departments that would combat bots and spam and stuff like that. Because one of my accounts got packed up for spam, and I wasn't a bot for some reason, but got packed up. Long story. And they would combat bot accounts. It wasn't as bad as it is now. I mean, you go on Twitter now, you see porn bots, the N-word bots. You see bots talking about, hey, at me or whatever. A bunch of nonsense. You see a bunch of political bots. It's just all sorts of bots on the site and spam accounts. They're all over the place. And honestly, there's just nothing you can do about it. This whole paywall thing is not going to solve that problem. The problem was already solved before you got there, and you basically just ruined it. You ruined the game plan. You wanted to do pick and roll offense, but you're not. You're doing ISO ball. It's not going to work. It's not going to work, man. It really ain't. It's just silly. It's not going to help with that. Nothing will at this point, unless they get a department back at headquarters and actually get people to start tackling these kind of things. So this whole thing won't really help with that. And you gotta understand with Elon Musk, he's smart enough to know that it's a supply and demand thing. That's why you're not really seeing this done here in North America. I'm in the United States. So obviously North America, Canada, the US, and Mexico. That's where a lot of people that use Twitter are. There are people that are all across the globe that use Twitter, but a lot of people here in North America use Twitter. That's why you're seeing this in another country. They said that bots primarily come from other countries, which were the Philippines and New Zealand. But bots are probably from all over the place. You know, they're just trying to test it out in a smaller environment and then see how it goes. You know, honestly, the future of this website / app is in the hands of the Philippines and New Zealand. So hopefully, if you guys are watching from New Zealand or the Philippines, do not buy this whole $1 thing. Please don't, because if you do, you're gonna give him an idea, him, aka the guy on the screen, you're gonna give him an idea that, hey, they're willing to pay for it, so let's take this to North America. Let's take this all across the globe and let everybody else pay for it. And we don't want that. So please don't pay for it, because you guys, this is in your hands now. The ball is in your hands. There's 5 seconds left on the clock. Do not screw up, all right? And then you gotta understand, a guy like Elon Musk, he's smart enough to know what he's doing. This whole thing is a supply demand thing. He understands that there are people that are going to be desperate enough to pay $1 just to stay on the site, because you can't get the Twitter experience anywhere else. It's still there and it has its problems with the bots and everything, but the experience of Twitter is still basically there. And you can't get that on any other app. So people will pay $1 if it means for them to stay. You know, this isn't a good idea though, because there could be inflation. $1 could turn into $2, then $2 turns into $3, and then $4 turns into $5, and $5 into $6, and then it just goes up, pretty much like the streaming platform price, like those prices they've been doing for the past pretty much the entire year, like Disney Plus and all that, Netflix. That's basically what this $1 is gonna turn into at some point. The price will get raised, and then people are gonna just progressively leave. You know, I've already said that, and I've stood on business. Shout out to Drewski, but I've stood on business that I will not be paying if North America does get hit with this at some point, which is why, look, don't pay for this if you're in the Philippines or New Zealand. If you are, do not pay for it. The more people that pay for that stuff out there, it's gonna hit us, and then it's gonna hit everybody else, and then this ball game is over. Everybody pretty much will have to pay to stay on the site. But the inflation cheese would hit, and I've already said my statement. I'm not paying regardless. I don't care if it's $1. I don't care if it's a nickel. I don't care if it's a quarter. I don't care if it's a dime. I don't care if it's 3 quarters and a dime. I don't care. $2, whatever. I don't care. I'm not paying to stay on a platform that has been free for the last 6 years. I'm not doing it, at least for me, because I've been on since 2017. I'm not paying $1 or anything out of pocket. You know, you can say, oh, well, you're broke. No, I have better things to invest money on rather than social media. Other sites are there. And honestly, one other thing with a Blue Sky, because I'm not really worried about this whole thing. I mean, with Elon, you can't question it. Like, you could think of the craziest thing. Like, he could do all this and basically just leave Twitter one day and be like, oh, I'm out of this company. Good luck. Like, he'll do something like that because it's Elon Musk. And I don't think people really realize that. You know, that's how crazy this man is, man. And I'm not really that concerned about it. I think Twitter is enjoyable. It's my favorite social media platform. I love it. I still do. It was better before Elon got there. It was better within the first like 3 or 4 years that I was on the platform, but it's still solid now. But it was way better before maybe 2020 or before 2022. Let's keep it at that. It was a way better platform, but you know, it still has the good feeling of it. Sometimes, you know, some people they go on little think pieces and all that. I ignore all that. I'm there to laugh and interact about sports. Not too often, but casually, just kind of peep at what everybody's doing. But I'm there to primarily laugh, and sometimes I take things seriously on there, but I'm there to laugh. And I'm not really worried though, because usually something happens for a reason. Obviously, Jack Dorsey, he is at Blue Sky now. Blue Sky is not really available yet unless you have an access code or something like that. I signed up on the waiting list early last year, and I still haven't gotten the invite. So I don't know when we're gonna be on Blue Sky, but we will at some point, hopefully. Amen. Let the church say amen. But basically, with Elon, everything that could go wrong went wrong. It was like Murphy's Law, I believe. Is that called Murphy's Law? Let me see. Yeah, Murphy's Law. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong. Literally that with Elon Musk. Anything that you thought of could happen. TweetDeck got put behind the paywall during the summer. That was funny. Just that it's just like that. And with Jack Dorsey, he knows the fundamentals of creating a great website to have this kind of experience on. And basically, Blue Sky is going to be a carbon copy of the original version of Twitter whenever everybody can just sign up and create an account. So I'm not really worried about losing Twitter or X, because eventually people will pay for this in the Philippines and New Zealand. They will, and then that's going to put in the mind of Elon Musk that, oh, well, we could do this all across the world. Let's go to North America next. And so it will happen at some point for us here. So just kind of prepare yourselves for it. I'm not too concerned about losing it, though, because Blue Sky, whenever their time comes to be the next big social media place, site, app, whatever you want to call it, it will be the same thing. Literally, it probably is going to be the same thing. So for me, I'm not too worried. I'm not too concerned, and it is what it is. Things change in life. Nothing ever stays the same. So it is what it is, but hopefully you guys do not pay for this if you're in New Zealand or the Philippines. The future of Twitter and X is in your hands. You have the ball. There's 5 seconds left on the game clock. What are you going to do? How will you respond? Okay, so that's just my thoughts on it, man. It sucks. Hate this guy, but it is what it is, man. Hope y'all enjoyed the video, man. Make sure you hit that like button, sub up. See y'all in the next video, man. Peace.